Volcano, a 1997 B movie masquerading with an A costume. It's directed by Mick Jackson and stars Tommy Lee Jones, Gabby Hoffman, Anne Hirsch, and Don Cheadle. I was only 11 when this movie came out, and I remember it had a lot of hype around it. Everyone was super excited. 1997, 98 was the years of disaster movies. That's when we had movies like Armageddon, Deep Impact, Volcano. There's a few others in there too, but they didn't get the same fanfare that those three did. And yeah, it's a good rompy movie. Definitely better than The Core, which came out in 2003. It's significantly better, but amazingly enough, it has the same poor level of After Effects kind of quality to it. But in this way, it's a little bit charming. I think in 1997, we were a little bit more ignorant to how we perceived like CGI and special effects. Mind you, 1997 is only 4 years removed from Jurassic Park, probably one of the best CGI films ever created. And that was our benchmark for like looking at how do we judge these movies. But even then, we were very ignorant. It wasn't the mainstream thing that it is now. Now you get top quality CGI on YouTube if you look hard enough. But this movie is really, really fun. Tommy Lee Jones plays a dad who's divorced from his wife, who has his daughter for the weekend or the week, and he's also the like comptroller for emergency services. And then they're doing some mainline work, and one worker gets burned horribly. But when they look downstairs, where in the sewage line, there's nothing there. And then they find out later on that, oh my god, it's a volcano under the city and it's boiling the water and, it's about to erupt. And this is just, it's fantastic. Anne Hirsch is great. Tommy Lee Jones and Anne Hirsch, I think their chemistry is good enough for a movie of this quality. And Gabby Hoffman is easily the worst part about this movie by a million miles. She's playing a 13-year-old, but she's so whiny and so just annoying, and then she takes on this like pseudo maternal role for somebody during the disaster. It makes no sense. It doesn't have any actual redeemable qualities to it. It just ends up making her the damsel in distress at the very end of the movie. I could really have done without that whole part. And I wonder if there is a supercut where people just take out her parts entirely, because she contributed nothing to this movie and really detracted from everything else around it. Don Cheadle, just like everything Don Cheadle is in, he is fantastic, and that man has not aged at all. I was astonished how he looked, because I'm not good with actors. I'm 34 now, and I'm only now learning actors' names and associating faces to names. Before, I just knew them by the face. But Don Cheadle looks absolutely fantastic. He doesn't look like he's really aged all that much. Definitely not the 20 years or the 21 years that's passed by since this movie came out. I loved him in this role. He did a great, great job. Now, this movie came out on a budget of $90 million and grossed $122. I think that's absolutely fair. Like I said at the very start, this movie is a B movie with an A movie skin on top of it. And I think they did a good enough job. Special effects like the one you're seeing on the screen right now, this really made me scratch my head when I rewatched this thing last night. It was more comedic than anything else to watch the steam come up, and then you can very clearly see all they did was reverse the footage and make it go back down. But it also made you scratch your head of like, what volcano in the world does a shoot up and shoot down? That part made absolutely no sense whatsoever. But outside of little tiny inconsistencies like that, this movie was totally fine. I highly recommend watching this thing on a Friday night. Hell, even a Friday afternoon will do you just fine. It was really, really entertaining. I enjoyed Volcano. Definitely enjoyed a lot more than The Core. So if you want to check out that review, click the link at the end of this video. And other than that, man, I hope you guys really enjoy this. If you have any suggestions for movies you want to see talked about or reviewed, by all means, leave them in the comments down below. Other than that, make sure you hit that sub button. I'll see all of you on the next video. Bye.